Okay, so good morning, everybody. Welcome to our webinar on intelligent process automation for finance and banking. Today, we're going to be discussing creating a comprehensive BPA strategy for successful process automation, focusing on the finance sector. So I'd like to get some introductions underway. My name is Julian Charles. I'm a solution architect and Nintex lead with B.A.S.I.C A. We're a premier partner with Nintex. We work quite closely together, myself and Ross Zabrolski, as well as a number of the Nintex VTEs. Now, before we jump into today's showcase and work through the use case of client onboarding, I just want to allude to the fact that Nintex has a history of innovation in process automation. They're actually considered to be the leader of intelligent process automation. And if we were to take a look at where we're at today on this timeline, you can see that the target area for intelligent process automation is over 840 million information workers. As we work through that full code, low code, no code, and then into today's intelligent process automation, you can see there's a tremendous capability with the platform. So I just want to talk about the long tail of business processes and some of the constraints that are around digital transformation. Lots of companies are still relying on unstructured and manual approaches for work processes. And if you look at the orange bars, you can see where Nintex fits in those simple to sophisticated and highly complex automation processes. Now, that doesn't mean that Nintex can't be used for the highly complex. You certainly can still do that. It just typically means we'll be moving more into the realm of what I would call the Nintex extension framework and things of that nature. So there's 6 core capabilities for an IPA portfolio. In intelligent process automation, we have advanced workflow, the ability to automate any process from simple to sophisticated with a drag and drop, no code canvas. We've got the document generation portion, so the ability to generate documents. We have mobile applications and forms, the ability to leverage mobile devices and capture critical data in an online or an offline format. And then we have RPA, robotic process automation, which is the ability to automate repetitive processes. Then there's the analysis piece, which is process intelligence, which provides the ability to govern and analyze your data in real time. And then we've got machine intelligence, which is the assistance of completion of tasks with best of breed machine learning, as well as NLP, natural language processing. So some of the areas that our webinars will focus upon are the sales and the finance and the legal aspects of the tool. The tool is extremely capable. I have a phrase that I like to use, that we're literally limited by our own imaginations when it comes to building solutions using the platform. So just to iterate, the Nintex platform facilitates the ability to automate, orchestrate, and optimize using advanced workflows, mobile apps, modern forms, document generation, process intelligence, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. And it's really about the ability to do more with less. Some of the use cases that will apply for the utilization of Nintex in finance are just up on the screen now. I'm not going to cover all of them. I'll just leave that on the screen for a minute to give you an idea that it's not just the ability to automate a client onboarding process. The tool can be utilized for many different use cases in this sector. So our scenario today is covering new client onboarding. The use case for new client onboarding is new client onboarding is traditionally driven by manual processes with paperwork. If not done correctly, it can leave a fairly poor impression on a new client. And it's about really moving secure physical copies of signed documents, and moving those around can be challenging sometimes. As well as static forms, we don't have the power of contextualized data. So now those static forms, those paper-based forms, will be asking, unnecessary questions, which could lead to frustration on the client's part. So the challenge, Tara is our targeted persona, and she's frustrated with a slow and confusing process for getting on board with her new wealth advisor. The solution for that is that Tara is sent an online form where she completes the information. The form adapts based upon her entries. After some due diligence, Tara is able to e-sign these documents and has funding designated via a digital source. These signed documents are securely and intelligently archived. Tara is notified that her account has been created, and there's a steady stream of personalized content that's targeted for Tara. The process that we'll go through for this client onboarding is we'll take a look at the online application form, which I'll complete as Tara, with her application identity confirmed. There would be another process that would occur where a credit check is perhaps performed. If the credit check is successful, we'll move into that acceptable state. If it's not, we'll move into an advisory state to have a conversation with the client. To move back to that accepted state, a client is then emailed her account information and some welcome communication information. A signature is collected, a digital signature is collected. The client then makes an opening deposit into her account, and then the ATMs and some initial checks are mailed to the client. The client then activates their ATM and debit card, and their direct deposit is set up. So let's move into what that actually looks like from an end user perspective. So here's our new client onboarding process. Just going to open the form. I'm going to choose myself as the agent. I'm going to use Tara's pre-populated information. Populate her job title, indicate who her employer is, Tara is going to indicate that she consents to a credit check. We need to collect her signature for this step. She's quickly going to sign. Her asset transfer is going to involve transferring some assets. And then Tara submits the form. Upon submission of this form, a task is going to be generated for myself in the role for approval of creation of Tara's account. So I've just got to wait a couple seconds for that notification to come through. We can take a look whilst we wait into our instances. The notification has just come through for Tara, from Tara rather, to myself for the creation of a task. So now I need to approve this task to actually have Tara's account created in our CRM. So I'm going to go ahead, complete the form for the approval of that task. Now there may be an additional step here. There may be an additional sub-process where we perform the credit check. For the sake of this webinar, I'm just going to say I've gone offline into my other line of business application and done that, and Tara is approved. I'm going to submit that approval. Upon that approval, a number of things are going to happen. So let's look into our instance and check on the progress of this process. So we can see that the assigned task is in process. An account has been created in Microsoft Dynamics CRM, and that our Create Customer Contact is currently in progress. As I refresh the screen, notifications will be generated for Tara via an email. So if I come into Tara's account, you can see that an application with Savaya Wealth Management has moved along to the next stage. So as I approved, a notification was sent to indicate that an account ID has been generated. She knows who her agent contact is. An email has been provided. And she's secure knowing that the next steps have been taken. Let's take a look in Dynamics CRM. Take a look for our account, and you can see within Dynamics, an account has been created for DemoCorp Financial, and that Tara's contact information has been associated with that account. If we follow along with our next step, what's now occurring is a notification has been generated for formal signature from Tara via DocuSign. So Tara can come in, review her document, agree to using an electronic signature from Sapphire Realty, review the document, provide her signature, provide the date, select finish, and her electronic signature has been provided. This will start the creation of a signed document within Microsoft OneDrive. We could use any other location within our CRM or any ECM rather. I've received a notification that Tara has signed and completed her document. I could either review the document directly from here, or what I'd like to do is show what's occurred within OneDrive. So I'm going to go within account documents, and you can see Tara has an account ID associated with the creation of her folder. Her signature has been stored. and we're just waiting for her document to be generated now. So her document has been generated. I can now open this document. Review, see that it's been signed, and move on to our next step. The next step within this process is a notification is going to be generated and a request for Tara to complete the next step within the activity. The next step within the activity is for Tara to authorize an account transfer. That notification has been received. I can see that I need to complete a financial fund transfer authorization form. Tara comes into the form. The form is context aware, so it helps to propagate some data within the form field for her. Provide an institution ID, which would be CIBC, with a routing number, an amount to transfer. Once again, a signature to say that I approve of this transaction. Provide the date of the request. Submit the account transfer task. The task has been completed successfully, and we'll move on to the next step. The next step would be I would receive a notification that Tara has completed that activity. The activity has been completed by Tara. I can see her Savello account, the institution, the amount to transfer, and what her routing number is, and now I can take care of that transaction. So all our steps have been completed. I'd now like to just take a quick look into the canvas. You can see that the workflow has completed. Let's take a quick look at what that looks like. So I have a start event form, which is the original form that Tara completed. So I've got this beautiful design canvas, designed out the form. We do a little bit of formatting to our date strings. Then we look at our approval task. There's also some beacons for Hawkeye. I'll touch on that really quickly as well. We have our create an account action in Dynamics CRM, followed by our create customer contact. Our next step is to provide the customer with their account info and step through the creation and building of the documents. We then request the signature, the electronic signature, by a DocuSign. We build a secure folder utilizing the account ID that was created from CRM, from Dynamics. Then we associate all those files, take a collection, store the signed document, update the account in CRM as approved, and then move on to the branch by value for the account transfer authorization. If we were to take a quick look in Hawkeye, I've got an instance lens for the usage. And what I just want to touch on really quickly is the amount of time that was taken to actually build this out. So it's a few hours to build this demo. The total return on investment for the demo is $10,000. You can see by my end user productivity, it was a really quick process to build. And we can see what our development costs saved. Now, in conclusion, that's the know your customer compliance. That could be the secondary sub-process that we take for the credit check. Okay, in short, some things to consider are your roadmap, prioritization, governance, and process ownership. De facto can help you in road mapping and prioritization in your IPA journey. We can also facilitate your governance and maturity in the IPA world as you progress through your journey. And B.A.S.I.C A is a collection of methodologies and tools that we utilize in conjunction with Nintex to facilitate that. Next steps, please feel free to reach out to myself or Ross Zabrolski, who I believe is on the call too, to answer any further questions and to help you in the utilization of the Nintex platform. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm Julian Charles with De facto. Thank you.